Magandang umaga po, magandang tanghali, magandang hapon, magandang gabi. Welcome to Crossfire, and together with Paglinawan, this is Rita Gadi. This evening, we are both celebrating and we are remembering, and we are also trying to come out with a definition of the moment. That is why our title is Defining the Moment. But before we go into the essence of exactly what we want to talk about this evening, first, I'd like to offer our greetings and congratulations to Ado, who is celebrating or has celebrated his 50th wedding anniversary. To both of them, it's really love that reveals everything. And that's what makes the world go round. So again, our greetings to Ado. And of course, we cannot begin this program without remembering and without celebrating the man who has been responsible for many things that we have broadcast in this KDP channel, the Katipunan Democratico Philippine. Sir Butch Valdes, who left us, but is still with us in his mind, in his thoughts, in his ideas. So for the first few minutes, we would like to honor him as we celebrate his memory with some of the episodes that we have tried to put together, just so as we will be able to be guided for the rest of our programs and for the rest of our years, hopefully for the next century. And this is Butch Valdes, Sir Butch Valdes.
The identification that we claim to be solely ours, that no other party, no other political party today carries these principles. And the statement goes, from movements of the Save the Nation, the Solidarity for Sovereignty, and now the Citizen National Guard, a new political party rises. The Katipunan ng Demokratikong Pilipino, the KDP. We generated support on the basis of ideas and reacted to people's anger and frustration. We formed the political party due to our people's clamor to provide an alternative to the same old corrupt politicians whose hands are all soiled with stolen money and who cheated to become senators or congressmen. We shall be a party of principle, not of convenience, a party of ideas, not of personalities. We believe that with the list of potential candidates generated from a survey among members of the different movements, we can come up with a team of winners, not just to join debates, but eventually to seize collective leadership which will implement programs that directly benefit the Filipino people. It is our hope, with God's grace and intervention, trusting on our people's determination to fulfill our quest for a Philippine Renaissance, we shall succeed. President Duterte defied the odds because he inspired our people. We intend to follow his example of sincerity and courage. He trusted God and the Filipino people. So should we. We intend to take up three main issues which have been so far ignored by all other political parties. Number one, electoral fraud by COMELEC through the Smartmatic, a destruction of the right to suffrage. Number 2, the Dengvaxia genocidal scam, massive corruption and killing of innocents. Number 3, the high cost of electricity and water, the biggest burden to families and businesses, among the highest electricity rates in the world, controlled by the oligarchy through the immoral EPIRA law. All these have a direct impact on our quality of life, and we will provide solutions to this. Moreover, we shall present to our people not empty promises, but a program of government which defines the party's philosophy. An economic policy which will move towards the path of agro-industrial development and away from being a service economy and the world's domestic helpers. The world is now facing its worst financial economic crisis in history. Our country is not prepared to face the effects of a global financial meltdown. The new paradigm initiated by China and Russia and a host of other countries to the One Belt, One Road is the only clear alternative available to us to survive the coming catastrophe. We must take advantage of these and actively participate in infrastructure building, in energy and water management projects for our preparation and survival. Also, we must review the terms and nature of our commitment to shoulder onerous and immoral foreign debt service payments, now the largest financial drain in our budget. On foreign policy, a foreign policy which participates in the effort to prevent World War III and move towards global peace and economic development. We must consciously avoid being sucked into geopolitical movements of superpowers which will threaten the security of our nation and the lives of our population. We are a friend to all nations and the enemy of none.
Thank you, Butch. Valdes. In August 2018, you gave us a vision. In December 30, 2022, on the occasion of your, I would say, untimely death, you gave us the legacy. With the Katipunan Democraticong Filipino stands the principles of a new nation, which our friend Rita Gadi, if you would remember, said in her book, "A Nation Unborn," is indeed the Philippines. And that is why we are happy that we spent most important moments of your life that we hope will define the future for this country to become finally a one nation under God, a one nation for 110 million Filipinos, and one nation for a ASEAN, new democracy, strong democracy, and fruitful and productive democracy for its people, for the communities, for the Filipino family, and for the Filipino God, as you may. This is indeed an exciting moment for me because it rekindles our memories when we were organizing Solidarity for Sovereignty with Linda during that time. She passed on ahead of you, and now you have joined her. And we hope that above us, you will continue to counsel our minds in whatever way possible, so that we can continue this vision and we can fulfill this legacy. So, Rita, with that kind of a nexus, I would like to reintroduce you to the new Butch Valdes, who is still with Crossfire as we remember him
Yes,
tonight.
we will be having more of his words as we continue with this program. We just wanted to open this evening because many things have happened in the past weeks, not just locally, but also internationally. But Sir Butch Valdes, as Adolfo was saying, his ideas, his words, his commitment, the principles that he stood for will be with us for the rest of our lives. And we shall continue with many of the things that he has taught us. As a matter of fact, I was saying when they asked me to deliver a few words in his honor, I said, we met him 2,500 years ago in the Agora, when there was a debate of philosophers, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, because those were the original thoughts from which we have derived many of the things that some survived in time, which we are utilizing today, but whose origins we have forgotten. The ideas of democracy, of freedom, of independence, the thoughts about outer space, astrology, all of this. And many things also internal space. That was also part of the knowledge that we have derived from the time. And all of this, Sir Butch Valdes has put together in the words that we can understand. Although he has spoken of why we just eat, but are we eating properly the nutrients that our body needs from the time we were growing up as babies and all the way? Many things that has been part of our lives, he has encompassed this. So we will be having more of his words as our crossfire continues. But as Ado has said, he has defined for us many of the ideas that will continue to this day. And perhaps as the title of our program this evening goes, and when we take into cognizance the reality that surrounds us today, we have to define the moment. Although we are entering a precarious situation at this particular stage, not just locally, but internationally. And this is where, my goodness, I don't know, Ado, do we have to tiptoe? We are on a tightrope. Is it a choice between, earlier we said something about a province of China or a province of America? Which way is it?
When Barack Obama declared sometime in 2012 that the United States was pivoting to Asia, I felt that this feeling that we have now in 2020, one of economic prosperity that we see on the side of China, economic boom that is being shared with many countries all over the world, is now slowly being whittled down by this appetite for war, this appetite for hostility, this appetite for violence. And this is unnerving to me because the chance to have peace in the biblical sense of 1,000 years is right in front of us. And not just peace, but development and prosperity. But it seems that white supremacy will not allow this to happen into and onto an Asian century because we are not white. I mean, I would like to reduce it to that because I cannot fathom how the United States can still be a reliable partner. Where was the United States when we were groping for a friend and an ally in the Scarborough Shoals that eventually lost for us control of that section of the South China Sea? Where were they when we were being attacked by local insurgents in Marawi? And because of some misunderstanding with our president there, denied us the supply of arms, of armalite and the like that we had already paid for.
So we had to go to Russia for the
And Russia come, and the Chinese had to provide sniper rifles and almost immediately, as if they had control of this power and they were leveraging that this power becomes policy within our midst to form some kind of a, what we call this, a dogged, uh, uh, an attitude of behavior of a vassal to a master. Well, we won in Marawi. We won in our problems with COVID-19. Where were the Americans when we needed vaccines against coronavirus?
the first country that sent vaccines actually came from the People's Republic of China. But you mentioned something, which is quite intriguing. You mentioned the manner by which President Obama at the time said that we are now the Asia pivot, or the pivot is now in Asia. Now they're changing the name. Now they're coming up with another terminology. They call it now the Indo-Pacific. See, they are now including even the Indian Ocean and that part of the world. And then, other than that, they have also changed the name of where the South China Sea is passing through our waters, and they call it the West Philippine Sea. So you could see that through the manipulation of certain phraseology and words, they're trying to reshape the interests that they have here. You were asking, where were they? They have been everywhere. They're everywhere, actually, so far as their interests are concerned. This is very critical at this time. When we say we have to define the moment is the now. Because although you mentioned when Obama came, they hurriedly came up with the ENCA. What is this? The Enhanced Development Cooperative Agreement.
Enhanced Defense
Defense.
Cooperative.
Now, 5 Philippine bases are occupied by American soldiers. They've installed their material, they've installed their equipment. They are using this, as we don't know for what reason, except for what they say quite, it's actually very, something you cannot really grasp or understand, for climate change, for humanitarian reasons, and for defense. Defense of what? Defense of whom? Defense for whom? So there you have it. Now they're going to add, apparently, 4 more bases other than the 5. So that is something which we are considering now as really quite, how do you call this? Scary. And you will explain why.
They have become even great. Alam po ba ninyo mga kabansa na ayaw na nilang biglang tawagin base ang mga base militar na yan? Ang tawag na nila ngayon is additional sites. Talagang napakagaling itong mga tao ito sa paglubid-lubid ng mga kasino para madala nila ang taong bayan sa isang paruroonan maski ang parurungan ngayon ay nagtalang panganin sa ating mga bata mismo. We are face to face, becoming face to face with danger. Alam po ninyo mga kabansa, ang mga bagong sites na yan ay mga sites na tututok daw sa China if China invades Taiwan. Tingnan nyo mga kabansa, napaka-loaded no statement na yun. If China will invade Taiwan, why will the Philippines invade Samar? Why will the Philippines invade Zamboanga? The Taiwan by international convention by the United Nations, no, is a province of China. Bakit sila nakikialam dyan?
And there is a one China policy signed by all the members of the...
Including the United
Yes,
States.
they signed it. There is only one China. So anong pinag-uusapan na kailangan i-depensa yung isang probinsya? At bakit naman, sino mag-i-invade? Ang China will invade, exactly as you said, its own province. Eh marami na rin, siguro hindi nalalaman, ang dami na rin negosyo na meron dyan na connected with the mainland and Taiwan.
At hindi lang yan, Rita, isang kalumos-lumos na nangyayari ngayon ay ang mutual defense treaty. Defense treaty ay ginagamit na for offense. Aba, pag sa PBA yung sinabi yan, foul yan. Di ba? Oh, eto na. Bakit po? Dahil ang konstitusyon po ng Pilipinas ay mahigpit na pinagbabawal ang gera, war as an instrument of national policy. Pangalawa, nandun din po sa saligang batas na yan, the armed forces of the Philippines, who owns these bases, na gagamitin ng isang foreign power, are supposed to be the protector of the state and the people. Dinadahan-dahan ko po, mga kabansa, na sila ang tagaprotekta ng mga tao, ng mga mamamayan, at ng Estado. Ganun ang mangyayari pag ginawa nila ng mga sites na yan at inarmasan nila patutok sa isang banyagang bansa, a third country like China. No? Dahil hindi naman natin kaaway. Hindi naman natin, in fact, I can mention so many areas of cooperation. In fact, I would mention that it was the Chinese shot in the arm para tayong binigyan ng eleksyon. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng enerhiya noong panahon from 2016 to 2022. So pagdala nila ng mga infrastruktura, pagdala nila ng kalakal trade, pagdala nila ng investments, pagdala nila ng tourism, the aspect of tourism alone. Yung last 4 years ni Noynoy Aquino, 2015, 360,000 lamang po ang Chinong turismo na nagpupunta rito sa Pilipinas. Pero bago mag-COVID-19 in a period of 2 to 3 years, yan po, as of 2019, ay naging 1.8 million tourists coming from China. At kung hindi po dumating ang COVID-19, I would have estimated already that by now in 2023, we are already approaching the 4 billion mark in tourism influx from China. Yan ang isa. Pangalawa, ito po ay ofensiba na ito is not within the scope of the mutual defense treaty. Aba, ay magiging mutual offense treaty na po ito. So, lalong-lalo na ang kanilang prepositioning ay nakadepende in case, quote-unquote, of an attack on either party. Hindi naman aatake ang China sa US, hindi naman aatake ang China sa Pilipinas, pero atake sa Taiwan. Wala tayong pakialam sa Taiwan. Wala tayong kinalaman dyan. So ano itong nangyayari dito? This is stalking for a bigger military equipment budget na sinimula na nila sa Japan. Alam niyo mga kabag, pabagsak na ang ekonomiya ng Amerika. Dalawang sunod na quarters na magpapangatlo na yata ang recession dyan. So kailangan nila ng merkado. Na wala na sila halos maibigan sa ibang bansa, kundi armas. So anong sinabi nila sa mga aktor? Anong sinabi nila sa mga aktor? No? Mag-real ba kayo? Nakalimutan na ba natin mga kabansa na 1 milyong Pilipino ang namatay nung tayo dalhin sa tikman
Second World War.
Second World War, because we were invaded by China.
By Japan.
By Japan, sorry. I correct myself. So yan mga kabansa, ang mga insecurities na nangyayari, wala namang stress nagkaka-stress.
Yun ang sinasabi ni Sir Butch. Balikan natin yung mga salitang sinabi niya tungkol dito. Nabanggit mo yung Mutual Defense Treaty, yung EDCA. Pakinggan natin yung mga ibang salita na binigkas niya sa nakaraan tungkol dito.
As you had said that all of these things are pointed at China, and yet the pretext is they're putting up this EDCA thing supposedly to help us in natural calamities. I mean, who's making some? Are they making us stupid, or are we really stupid to believe that? So this is enough. We are already facing a major crisis in the world. There is an actual threat of a nuclear conflict between the superpowers. Taiwan is at issue, North Korea is at issue, and of course the escalation with NATO in that part of the world. Now, we should stop playing games and decide as to whether we're going to take the side of the Philippines or otherwise. We have to assert our sovereignty and tell the people, like the United States, that they are not welcome. Their warships and war material are not welcome here in the Philippines. And of course, give the same kind of warning to China that we are a sovereign country and we plan to assert ourselves with our people and with our military in every sort of way. The declaration of the EDCA as unconstitutional to me is no longer debatable. I think there should be a move towards that. Now, the MDT, the Mutual Defense Treaty, is what needs to be reviewed. Because when we were using the MDT in discussions with the United States, if my memory serves me right, the US was the one who said, the MDT does not mean that we will go to the aid of the Philippines in case the Philippines has territorial disputes with China. It was they who were holding back any commitment against China if we had territorial disputes, because they said that should be solved bilaterally. Now, it is now being used as if though it was something that we should be holding on to. No, I think that should be reviewed, and a statement from us to that effect, no, should also come out from our government.
Very important and very valuable words spoken just about a week before Sir Butch left us. At kaya hanggang sa kasalukuyan, yan pa rin ang ating kailangan panindigan. Nabanggit mo yung Mutual Defense Treaty, kung saan ang tawag ko na itong EDCA ay parang appendix lang noon ng Mutual Defense Treaty. Ngunit kinakailangan talagang ayusin na yan sapagkat maraming beses na nagkaroon ng attempt either to revise it, to amend it, at lahat ng yan na kailangan gawin. Sapagkat marami dyan ng mga provisions na hindi na nababagay sa kasalukuyan. Ano ang sabi ng panahon ngayon? Cold War? Wala nang Cold War. So ano meron tayo ngayon? Semi-Cold War? Hot War? Ano ba itong sinasabi mga this propensity for violence and for war? Saan nagsimula yan? Kaya nga nagkaroon, di ba, ng United Nations. Tinayo yan sapagkat ang objective yan ay kapayapaan, for peace. Ngunit after that, ang dami nagsimula. Ang sabi mo nga, the propensity for war. North and South Korea, yan ang nangyari dyan. Sa North and South Vietnam, yan din ang nangyari. Sa Syria, sa Afghanistan, sa Africa, lahat ng mga bansang pinasukan din dyan. Yan ang nakakalungkot. Kaya we are now defining the moment because the moment is now. Tayo ngayon ang nakataya dyan. Mas nabanggit mo nga, magdadagdag ng 4 na base sapagkat baka daw pasukan ng China ang kanyang probinsyang Taiwan. In fact, one of the bases that they're going to set up there for the American, hindi pala, yung Philippine base na nakaset up na doon, nagagamitin na mga Amerikano, doon nakatutok. Sa Bella ba yun? Nakatutok sa Taiwan. At, we have to understand anong nangyayari at yan ay pinapayagan na magkaroon ng mga base ng Pilipinas na gagamitin ng mga Amerikano. Kaya saan mo?
Napaka-isip dito, napaka-isip ng ating Memoriam. The turn of the century, ang mga taga-Sulu ay nakita nila sa massacre, sa Budaho. Ang ibig sabihin po ng Bud sa Tausug ay mountain. So kung bulubundukin ng Budaho at later on sa bulubundukin ng Bagsak, at di naman doon sa Mindanao kundi sa Visayas. So, Balanggiga, kasama, nakita natin ang kalupitan ng mga Amerikano. Dahil lamang they are in possession of superior weapons. But our people did not lose bravery, did not cower in fear in front of these challenges. At nabanggit mo Rita itong Korean War, no? Kung saan nag-determine yung 38 parallel at yung sa Vietnam naman ay yung 18 parallel. Let me refresh your memories na nung lumalamang na ang Amerika at sila'y nag-aambisyon na mag-cross ng Yalong River sa Korea, tumagsak ang suporta ng China sa mga North Korea. Kaya yan ang tibay. Ano ang solusyon ng Amerikano? Tigil po, armistice, 38 parallel. Bakit sila hindi lumaban sa mga Chino? At sa Vietnam, Alam naman natin ang sumupunta sa North Vietnam at sa mga tawag dito, Vietcong ay halo ng mga Soviet na nagagaling sa Rus at humanoid na nagagaling sa China. Bakit umurong na naman sila at iniwan nila ang bakbakan? At in fact, di ba kaya nga yung movie na ano nga ba yun? Yung movie sa tungkol sa Vietnam, Miss Saigon. Kung inyong pag-umulit yan, ang mga sinasabi ko, panoorin nyo na lamang sa YouTube, Miss Saigon, because it's all about the evacuation of the Americans. At dito sa mga ibang bansa na hindi po nila sa Iraq na wala namang weapons of mass destruction, niloko ang buong mundo.
Nagsalita pa sa United Nations.
Kaya,
The Chief of Staff nila.
oh,
Sinabi merong weapons of mass destruction. Samantalang tatlo yata mga team, mga scientists, nuclear physicists lang pumasok sa Iraq para tingnan nga kung meron ng weapons of mass destruction at wala. So yun ang nangyari dyan. Malungkot ang
at kung paano nila iniwan ang Afghanistan, mga kabansa. At hindi lamang yun. Freeze pa yung assets ng Afghanistan sa Amerika. Yun pa ang isang reliable mga kabansa. At gusto pa dahil ng gera sa Philippine. Did you know that the United States spent anywhere between 6 to 7 trillion US dollars for wars for the past 20 years. Panggigera. Kaya itong agenda nila rito, pag-pivot sa Asia, has nothing whatsoever to do dito sa sinasabi nila freedom of navigation. Dahil baka daw harangan ng China, South China Sea. Bakit naman naharangan ng China, South China Sea? 70% ng merkado ng komersyo ng China dyan nagdadaan at mga kabansa. No? Bakit naman gagawin ng China yan? Ganun gusto nga ng China ay i-share through their tawag nito, Belt and Road Initiative. Ang biyaya na tatanggap ka mainly to those developing countries all over the world, and especially in Africa. Bakit naman nila gano'n? Ano ang rasyon? Pero ano ang rasyon na nakikita natin ngayon sa isang estado, ang Estados Unidos na involved sa Ukraine. At niloko pa ang mga kasosyo niya ng mga French, German, Italian, Polish, at saka Hungarian sa pag-aarma sa Ukraine in a war that Ukraine and Zelensky cannot win over Russia. Asa ang pinaghuhugutan na. Pero hindi yan ang bumabagabag sa akin kaisipan na yung dita. This is not what's bothering me more. What is bothering me more is how our own president, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., seems to be defining, or is it defining or confusing the moment?
Alam mo, nabanggit mo yan. Madalas kasi sa atin sa Crossfire, at nung nakaraan na meron din akong tinatawag na Rita Gadi hour, talagang bumabalik ako sa nakaraan sapagkat doon natin makukuha, that is our sourcing, kung saan natin makikita kung ano yung dinaanan natin at kung ano ang katotohanan. Yung sinasabi na, there are no two sides of the truth. There is only one side. Kaya pag sinabi ni Ado na bakit nagkakaganito ngayon, balikan natin yung Mutual Defense Treaty na 1950s pa yan na nagpirmahan ang Pilipinas sa
1951.
1951. Okay. Nung nagkaroon ng Vietnam War, sinabi nga ni Ado, It is a surrogate war between the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, which is now the Russian Federation, at ang United States of America. Kaya nga yung North and South Vietnam, parang nagkahati na yan. At nalaman din natin, nakita niyo yung mga nag-evacuate refugees na galing sa Vietnam. So anong nangyari? Ang gusto ng Amerika ay tayo, ang Pilipinas, sasama sa kanila sa gera sa Vietnam. Ang ama ni Junior, ang presidente natin noon, anong ginawa ni President Johnson ng Amerika? Ginawa siyang cover ng Time Magazine, ng Newsweek, lahat ng kanilang mga media. Pinagawa po nila si President Marcos na yung kanyang mga war medals, lahat nilabas nila. Decorated war hero, tapos bastion of democracy ang Pilipinas at lahat. Sapagkat nililigawan si President Marcos na sumama sa gera sa Vietnam. Kaya inayahan siya. Kauupo lang niya as president, bagong-bago pa, parang itong si Junior Hill, state visit na sa Amerika to address the Joint Congress of America para doon mabanggit niya nasasama siya sa Amerika. Anong sinabi niya? Hindi niya binanggit ang Vietnam. Ang binanggit niya, yung utang ng mga Amerikano for the veterans of the Philippines na lumaban kasama nila. Kaya na sinabi ito sa kanyang speech, America does not forget, should not forget. Yung sinabi nilang babayaran din ng equal pension yung mga sundalong Pilipino.
At hindi, pati yung mga kalabaw na namatay.
Lahat na yun.
Sabi siya, di ano.
Exactly. So, doon makikita mo, ang daming, yun na lang, sa pauupo pa lang ng ama ni Junior, talagang hindi na siya sumunod sa gusto ng Amerika. Pagkatapos noon, lahat ng mga kinakailangan ng reviews ng Mutual Defense Treaty, inayos niya. Yung 99 years sana na andyan ang mga base militar ng Amerika, nireduce niya to 25 at nireduce pa niya to 5 years review. Hindi lang yan, binawasan niya yung hectarage at sinabi din niya, ang laki-laki ng binibigay namin sa inyo, ngunit hindi naman magagamit yung lupa na yan. Kaya kailangan, imbes na papasa pa sa Congress ninyo na magbibigay ng aid sa Pilipinas, bayad na lang kayo ng renta sa pag-occupy niyo ng bases na yan. Pagkatapos, ano pang sinabi ni President Marcos noon? Kailangan fly the Philippine flag. Kasi Philippine territory yan eh. Put a Philippine general in charge of it. So nakita mo, even at the time, it is not a defiance of America, but it is defining the moment that this is our country and America should not be dictated. Kaya yung Mutual Defense Treaty na pinag-uusapan ko, marami na din dyan na amendment provisions ng panahon ng ama ni Junior. Ito ngayon si Junior. Ewan ko kung maaalala pa niya ang ginawa ng kanyang ama na kailangan panindigan ang kapalaran ng ating bayan. Sapagkat delikado itong pinapasukan natin ngayon. Marami tayong problema sa pagkain, sa gamot, sa iba't ibang bagay, sa taas ng gasolina, sa inflation, at ngunit ang pinakamatinding nakakatakot na talagang kailangan bigyan natin ng pansin ay siyam na Philippine bases na occupied, ma-occupy ngayon. 5 na occupied na, 4 pang idadagdag na mag-o-occupy ang mga American soldiers, American equipment, American material, at hindi pa natin alam ang mga ibang bagay ang kailangan dyan. At sinabi na nga ng ating mismo ambassador sa Amerika na yan daw ay in defense of Taiwan kung sakaling invade ng China. I think those are his words. Naiintindihan ba ninyo kung anong takot ang meron tayong kailangan hindi sana mga gawa nito. Nabanggit mo yung ama, eto si Junior, ang ama niyang nanindigan laban sa mga kagustuhan ng Amerikano. Ito, bumisita lang itong si Austin na National Defense Secretary. Ayun na, bibigyan na natin ulit 4 na Philippine bases para magamit nila. Ay naku po, yan ang nakakatakot.
Alam mo, lalo sinasabi ni Austin that he has the commitment of President Biden. Lalo ako kinakabahan siya. Dahil alam na natin doon sa sinabi mong speech ni President Marcos Sr. September 1982 po yun in front of the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. Ay, pinaliliit niya yung scope para hindi masyadong makontrol ang sitwasyon. Because President Marcos was a very determined leader. He was a deliberate policymaker. Do we see the same thing with his son? Ewan ko na po, kayo humusga. Because as early as September 2022, sinimulan ko na ang debate ng mga basic militar na yan. At even before that, mag-order na po dyan ng review nung panahon pa po ng Delfin Lorenzana at panahon ni Presidente Duterte. Bakit ba naman napakatagal ng review na yan? At bakit ba naman ang parang lumalabas na sinasabi ng Armed Forces of the Philippines ay pabor? Pabor sa extension? Hindi ko maintindihan dati yun eh. Pero sabihin mo isa sa akin na kinausap ko lately, hindi ko nababanggit yung kanyang pangalan, na isang na-ostracize na officer dyan dahil siya lamang ay nagpunta sa China para mag-aral at para bang yung kanilang grupo na yun ay ikinalam na, sinabog na, na-secure na. Alam mo, sabi mo isa sa kanila, kailangan magkaroon ng gera, kailangan magkaroon ng gulo, kailangan magkaroon ng higwaan at putukan. Dahil kung hindi magkakaroon ng gano'n, hindi aakyat ang kanilang mga estrella sa kanilang mga balita. In other words, if there is action, there is promotion. Hala, kayo ba talaga mga nasa Armed Forces of the Philippines ay protector of the people and the state? Ang isa pa dito, kasi nasabi ko, ay ito, dati ito, dahil po ang Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement ay magtatapos na. Ang termino po niyan ay hanggang April 28, 2024. Ay nagtalaga po yan ng 1 year advance. So ito bang mga nababasa natin sa radyo at sa dyaryo at napapakinggan sa radyo? Ito po ba'y nagbamadyan ng tuloy na yan? O kung ano ang mas dapat na mangyari? Ang umiwas sa digmaan, ang umiwas sa hidwaan, ang umiwas sa pulo. At pagtuunan natin ang prioridad na siya rin ang nagset, which is post-pandemic recovery. Nasa na yan. Nag-cyberacting na ng mga Amerikano. Mukhang natataranta na po itong si Bongbong Marcos. Hindi ko na lang sasabihin ngayon, pero marami na ho ang nag-iisip na pagtanang kanyang pangalan. So, hindi ko na yun babanggitin ngayon. Pero isang, alam mo, Rita, isang columnist ng Manila Times, ang lakas ng loob. Tinawag po siya, Noy Noy Dos. Noy Noy Dos. Noy Noy Dos. Ayan, siya nga ba ay Noy Noy Dos. Dito natin ang test.
Malungkot na yung mga sinasabi mo sapagkat 31 billion ang bumoto kay Junior. Sa alaala ng kanyang ama. Sa alaala ng mga tinayo at ginawa ng kanyang ama. Sapagkat kung titignan natin yung panahon ng 36 years, magmula nung nawala ang kanyang ama sa kapangyarihan at sa kasalukuyan, ay mahihirapan tayong maghanap kung ano yung pwedeng paninindigan nun, kung hindi, kung ano ang natatag ng 20 years ng ama ni Junior. Nabanggit mo nga, yung mga base militar na yan. Two of the biggest military bases, naval and air force, ang dito. Clark Air Base at Subic. Diyan, binababa yung mga gamit nila sa gera sa Vietnam. Diyan din binababa muna yung kanilang mga nasusugatan at mga namamatay na sundalo at chili ship sa mainland sa Amerika. Anong ginawa ni Marcos dyan sa dalawang bases na yan? Yung kinuwento ko kanina. Kaya nga, 1992, wala na. Hanggang doon na lang. Because Marcos reduced it from 99 to 25 to 5. Nagmamalaki na sila sa Longga, lahat sila mga senador, na kami sila daw nagpaalis ng base militar. No. It was because Marcos reduced their term. Kaya 1992 hanggang doon na lang. Wala na. Wala ng Clark, wala ng Subic. Anong nangyari, Ado? Nagkaroon ng 5 pa. Yung kay Noynoy, ayoko nang sabihin dos. Yung kay Noynoy, pagkatapos na yun, dito kay Dos, kay Junior pala, nagdagdag pa ng 4. Dos because he's a junior. It's Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Hindi ko dinudugso yun. Sinasabi na.
Lihis Rita yung ano eh. Pag ganun si Ferdinand Sr. Pero pag gano'n naman yata si Ferdinand Jr. Kaya naguguluhan ang mga tao. At para bang lumalabas na wala siyang liderato, no? Na para siya ay sumusunod lamang sa agos ng mga balita. Nung siya ay magpunta sa China very early in the year, nagkaroon siya ng commitment na brinongkas sa buong bansa with Xi Jinping. At tayo, we were so proud that this rising economy of China will be shared with us. At nagkaroon tayo ng hope na baka nga dumating na finally, no? Dito sa sinasabi ng ni Presidente Bongbong na we will be a medium. Hindi na tayo third world country. Papasok na tayo sa medium level. Papasok sa first world country.
Second world.
So yun.
Pero yung sinasabi mo na, wala pa namang 1 taon si Junior. At marami pa tayong expectations. Kaya kung ano man ang nagawa niya sa nakaraang buwan at ang gagawin pa niya sa mga hinaharap, pagbigyan pa natin ng tawag ito, hindi na honeymoon eh, pagbigyan natin ng panahon na sabi mo nga, magkaroon ng daan na kanyang nakikita na kailangan niyang sundan. Yung sinabi nga ni Sir Butch in one of our broadcasts, na siya yung driver natin ngayon, driver ng ating bus, driver ng ating bayan. Ngunit, kailangan merong roadmap. Kailangan merong patutunguhan. Hindi yung patigil-tigil kung saan-saan. Kaya, bigyan natin siya ng panahon pa. Sapagkat sa kasalukuyan ay nakikipag-kaibigan siya sa mga iba't ibang bansa na nagbabakasakali, na pagpakita sa kanila na maaari silang pumasok sa atin for investment at lahat ng yan. Lahat yan ay kanyang nasabi na, and he said it so well, so eloquently, and so deliberately. So, let's give him a little more time na talagang
Sabi ko nga dito ay April 28, 2023. Magdidesisyon ba siya na ituloy ang EDCA, i-expand pa ang EDCA, o i-abrogate ito, o i-lessen ito? Kasi sabi naman our relationship is evolving. Ang pagkakaintindi ko sa evolving is lack of permanency. Sa 2 libro, sa 3 libro na isulat ko, palagay ko naman yung definition ko ng evolving foreign policy in the United States. ay towards a non-permanent situation where we can rather go up or down the ladder of our relationship so far as EDCA is concerned. Pero, kailangan natin ng definite stand. Hindi pwede na maglaro tayo. Kailangan may prinsipyadong pinaglalabanan dahil yung 16 milyones na loyalist na sumunod sa kanya ay sinuportahan ng 15 milyones na masa Class D and E na umaasa sa isang matkosay na buhay. Kaya yan, Rita, sa tayo parunod ngayon, kung gera ang unahin natin, kung gusto ang ating pupuntahan, at kung digmaan ang imamarka niya sa ating destinasyon. Well, anyway, andito ang mga partisipasyon ni Joe Viderio. Good evening po, Ma'am Rita Gadi, mabuhay, KDP, watching. Ano na yan? Riyadh, KSA. Anacela Watson, more power to both of you. And Sir Butch in heaven. Jeffrey Chosico, good evening po. Nick Bonifacio, condolence Sir Butch Valdes. Geraldine, good evening po, Ma'am Rita Senado. Nice to hear again from both of you. The show is very educational to our country. I learned a lot. Balik, si Nick Bonifacio, Sir Butch Valdes, modern Katipunan. Ayan, kaya narinig nyo, magsinabi niya. Eric Laveda, good evening. Anacela Watson, bumalik na sa gold standard. Ang US, no? Ibig sabihin, bumalik na tayo sa gold standard. Huwag na yung petrodollar. Ilocana, Kanak, nice to finally watch your live stream. Missing Butch, Sir Butch, RIP, rest in peace, I'll go. Hope Katipunan Democratic Filipino dreams for the Philippines and her Filipinos may come true. Resalandia TV. Wala tayong kaaway dahil dyan, Frank, talagang tayo na kaaway. Tama po yan. Clifford Copsiller, maayong gabi, kaninyo tanan, watching from Lapu-Lapu City. Aba, yan ang original na revolutionaryo, sila pula. And by the way, we were not discovered by Spain dahil hindi naman po tayo nawawala. Christopher Cruz, keep up the good work. Lopel, Evan, Trumbull, General McMaster, be ready. Kinuha po niya. Be ready for war with China. Also by Kim, Iverson NATO tanks to roll towards Russia. Then I saw a post on Philippine Star Twitter. Philippines expansive access to military base. Dangerous move. Bienvenido Junior Tal, heroes don't die, heroes multiply. Sana na nga po. Robert Cruz, ang lahat ng gera ay ginagawa nila ay sabuatan nilang lahat para pabagsakin ang ekonomiya ng mundo. Kaya upang nagkaroon ay madeklara sila ng Great Reset at magaganap na New World Order. Yan po ang isang matinding pananaw rin. Freddy Oregina, present, may echo and sound. Clash with SORT, Madam Rita, may role ka ba sa movie ng martyr or murder? Wala. Louis, Piamonte, magandang gabi po sa inyo. James Jammer, tatanong na kung anong taon o kaninong presidency nangyari ang EDCA. Ang EDCA po ay nilibban noong April 28, 2014 sa panahon ni Noynoy the First. Ni Noynoy uno. Berlin Manny, sana Madam Rita, pagsabihin sa Pangulo. Kasi minsan kayo kasama ni Madam Rita Marcos at pagkamagising siya maalala na ang pangako niya. Sana na nga na siya ay hindi masyadong malayo na isang prutas na nahulog mula sa pulo. bakit po pinapayagan ng KTDM maganda ng military bases dito? Para mapapahamak po ang mga Pilipino. So base militar na lahat po ng pupuntahan ng Amerika, kulo ang dala nila. Inisip Jacobs, parang may konting problema sa audio na hindi po nagko-complain. Sayang ang ganda ng message nyo para po mapakinggan na mas mabuti. Salamat po sa inyo sa KDP. But we have to care, but not that much. Geraldine, reliable sources. Ito sa YouTube. Kawawa po talaga ang Pilipinas. Dahil maraming US bases dito. Kahit di tayo kaaway ng China ay matatamel. Do you think mag-iisip ako? Pagka meron po nangyaring projecting galit sa Pilipinas, yun na ho mga computers ang mag-design niyan. Kasi maaamon nila kung saan galit. At hindi na po tao, okay. Doon may red button eh. Kaya wala na red button. Automatic retaliation na po yan. Jinky Bill, opo, at kasama sa sa namin na Cagayan, tama! Ang ito pa naman. Governor dyan ay napaka-patriotic, no? Sa Cagayan, bakit hindi kayo kumikilos? Ha? Bakit hindi kayo nagmanaklamo? It's about time that you do it. At may kapwa Pilipino, Cagayano, ang pabor sa pagtatayo ng US bases doon. Samantala, ang governor ng Cagayan naman na nagsabi na kanya principal na hindi pa niya kinausap tungkol dito at kailangan daw tanungin ang publiko. Kita nyo na, sinasabi ko, naunahan ko. Kaya sinabihan na tuloy siya na maka-China. Ha, 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 ha. Yun ang sabi na ating listener. So, yan mga kamansak, ang mga kontribusyon ng ating mga viewers, no? Para malaman ninyo na gising na pala si Pinoy. Hindi si Pinoy uno. Gising na ang Pilipino. At salamat dito sa video ng social media, no? At mga platforms na natatalagay natin mga topics na ito freely and truly under the democratic banner of the Republic of the Philippines.
Maraming salamat, Ado, sa mga pagbasa mo ng mga comments. Alam ko po na marami pa sa inyong nais magtanong at marahil sa mga darating na programa natin sa Crossfire ay talagang pagbibigyan namin pansin lahat ng mga yan sapagkat delikado nga po ang panahon sa kasalukuyan. We are concerned with so many problems domestically, but we have to be aware also of what is happening outside our shores. And that is precisely what we are talking about in this particular hour. We are defining the moment when we really have to make a stand of whether we will allow ourselves, sabi mo nga, Ado, to be vassals again as far as this is concerned. So, thank you very much for having joined us, for all of those who have been giving your comments, and we can be watched over Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, at lahat ng mga ibang social networking applications. Maraming salamat, Ando, sa mga paliwanag na that you shared with all of us. And of course, our greetings again for your 50th wedding anniversary. Naku, ang ganda po ng kanilang pagsasamahan sa pag-ibig. Another 50 years forthcoming. Thank you very much for having joined us. This is Rita Gadi with Ando Paglinawan on Crossfire.